gachéine John and Shaw o moving well, being well. Tassulagum go bhfuil sibh go maith. Now we're going to be playing a movement game today, and for this you're going to need something you can throw. So I'm going to give you a second. You might pause this video so you can go and get a piece of paper from a drawing that didn't really work out that you can scrunch up, or a hat, or maybe your teacher has a beanbag or a balloon. Just something small that you need to be able to throw up and catch. Today we're going to be talking about catching. Now let's have a think about what sports we would use catching in. Well, there's Gaelic football. You need to be able to catch the ball, especially for a throw-in. Then there's hurling and camogie. We have baseball, cricket, rounders, all these sports where it's really important to know how to catch. So let's look at a few basics of catching. Well, first of all, you might remember that when you're catching, you need to keep your hands in a basket shape, your fingers need to be spread out, and you need to keep your eye on the object in the air. Keep your eye on the ball, as they say. So let's try that together. Ready? We're just going to throw up the object. And because of our basket-shaped hands and the fact that my fingers were spread, it fit in nicely. Let's try it again. And remember, we're keeping our eye on the object in the air at all times. We're going to try catching with one hand instead of two. So when you're catching with one hand, it's important again to keep your eye on the object when it's in the air. You hold out your hand with your fingers spread and you try and follow the object as it's falling. Let's try it together. Here we go. You can throw with two hands or one, it's up to you. Let's start with two. 3, a do, a hain. Very good. Now, if you had your hand like this and you're trying to catch, what's going to happen? The object is going to bounce off your hand and probably fall. So you need to cup your fingers and make sure they're spread. Now, let's try that again. We're going to throw our object up and we're going to catch with one hand. 3, a do, a hain. Well done. We kept our eye on the object and we were able to catch it in one hand. Let's try throwing it up with one hand and catching it with one hand. Here we go. 3, a do, a hain. Very good. How did you get on? Let's see how many catches you can do in a row. Let's try 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Well done. Most people have one dominant hand and one hand that they don't use as much. Therefore, it's a little bit harder to catch in one hand. Most people. So let's try it really quickly. Throwing it up in a straight line. Ooh. That was a close one, but because I kept my eye on the object, I was able to catch it again. Don't forget, as long as you have this much space and something you can throw and catch, you can practice this wherever you want. Make it a little bit harder for yourself. Try and throw it a little bit higher and see if you're still able to catch it with one hand. If you want to make it harder still, try with the other hand. Now remember, when you're practicing this skill, don't forget. And also, have fun with this. Slán.